DJ, what's going on? How's your day going so far, man? Well, I guess really, how was your day? Because I'm assuming DJ, you're probably from America, so it's nighttime for you. How's your day, DJ? Good. How about you? My day was pretty good. I really can't complain. I'm doing a dog sitting job right now, a 10-day dog sitting job. So, I got up pretty early this morning. I got up at well, not pretty early for me being that it's summer. Got up at like 7:30, got up, got everything, went out, took out the dogs I was dog sitting. Got them food and everything. Then I went to another job that I'm doing, which is a landscaping job. And I did that for about like an hour or so just because it did start to get hot. And then I was just like hanging out with my girlfriend for the rest of the day. So I had a pretty good day. I hope everyone else had a good day as well. Yeah, it's 1 a.m. Yeah, because you're 2 hours ahead of me. So then you're Eastern time. C2, what's going on, man? How's your day going? Joel, what's going on? Son of the day, Isamiyaki Seldisi. Son of the day tomorrow will be Acqua di Gio Profumo. I've heard Profumo is great. I've tried the original Isamiyaki Lo Disiporum. Think that's a great fragrance. That's like one of my stepdad's signature fragrances. He doesn't have that many fragrances, so really any of them are like his signature fragrances. He really rotates between Lo Disiporum and Victoria's Secret. Very sexy for him. For my day, it was orientation, and it was boring, not gonna lie. Yeah, so here's the thing, C2. With like jobs and stuff, the orientation is just going to be boring. Now, for you at Walmart, like I think that'll be a good job because it'll be kind of chill. You'll have some downtime, but you'll still have enough to keep yourself busy. I find with the job, if I'm not like working for myself and if I'm working for someone else, I find that having a job that you have a good mix, a little bit of downtime, but you still have a good constant workflow. That is really what I like because you don't want to be too busy, but you also don't want to be like bored out of your mind. But also C2, expect that to change up because orientation is just not even really your training. That's just like, oh, this is your first day. This is the literal basics. But hey, Can't Guard M3, what's going on? What is everyone's fragrance of the day? Mine, beautiful fragrance. This is City Rhythms Miami Tropical Confessions. Now, City Rhythm, they have been releasing what I've heard are some very, very good fragrances. They have like 8671. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's a mix between like Puerto Rico and St. John. So it's like a guava mango type of scent. They also just released another one called Martha's Vineyard, which I thought, maybe would be in the same vein as like Mason Margiela's In the Garden, I believe is what it's called. But Martha's Vineyard is more of kind of like this dark coconutty fragrance from what I've heard, maybe like a herbal green coconut fragrance. City Rhythm's really been impressing me. I haven't tried a bunch of their new stuff. I've tried a decent amount of their fragrances, but just these fragrances look and sound really intriguing. I will definitely be ordering some more City Rhythm fragrances, at least by the end of the year. My goal is to have a bunch of them in my collection. Right now, I have Miami Tropical Confessions. I have Redline 2654, and I also have City Rhythms Austin. Now, I think maybe around my birthday or around Christmas, I think maybe what I might do is buy their $500 discovery set, which it's 10 1 ml or 1 ounce bottles. Now, personally, I wish I could be like, hey, you could pick the 10 that went in there. I think that would be pretty cool, but they already do just have a select 10. So I would still have Austin 2654, Miami Tropical Confessions, and I would probably sell just like the new bottles that I get. Now, chances are I would also probably end up giving away one of the bottles, because I'm sure we'd be around to hitting a milestone or something like that around that time. So, City Rhythm fragrances, I love them. I definitely want to get more in my collection. Expect a giveaway once I get that, big at least I'm planning on getting it. If I do get that big City Rhythm Discovery set, I will be giving one of them away that I already have. So, I'll be giving away either a 1 ounce of Redline 2654 of Austin or Miami Tropical Confessions. Or a different one if there's one that, I don't like that much. Montrese, what's going on? Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm glad you got a job. Gives you a routine instead of being at the house all day. Exactly, C2. And then also, you can have more money. Like, I don't know how you were making money before, or if you were making money before. I don't know. Your parents could have just been giving you money, but it'll definitely be cool because, you'll have money. And I'm sure that, your parents are going to make, since you're technically an adult now, I think you're 18. At least you graduated. Your parents are going to be looking at you for more responsibility, C2. So expect to, save some of that money, but definitely have fun with some of it. But, be smart about it as well. Montrese, what's going on? Hayden, what's going on? Is Valentino intense, fresh and nice for the summer? Born in Roma intense? No. The Born in Roma that you would want to go to would just be the Born in Roma, the original. It's a good, like, salty aquatic kind of fragrance. Bro, to smell the pesticide insecticides and pesticides, you'll pass out from its top-notch quality. No, I'm good. Hey, Mike, I just got my daily drive. Narciso Rodriguez for him, Blue Noir, Eau de Parfum. I've heard a lot of people talking about Narciso Rodriguez. Never tried anything from their brands myself. Parents giving me money in yard mowing. Yeah, makes sense. Finally starting to get real money. And yes, I'm 18. What's my top fragrance? My top fragrance right now, I'd honestly say it's probably 2. YSL Myself or Paris Corners Coconut Lagoon. Good fragrance. These are both great fragrances. The question was, what are my top fragrances right now? You have a sort of Ambroxan Patchouli Balm with YSL Myself. And then this like nice coconut sunscreen sort of fragrance. Coconut Lagoon is great. Now, that's a pretty cheap fragrance, around $30. And then also YSL Myself. Like, this is just such a beautiful fragrance. Now, look, I've had this one for maybe a month or 2 in my collection. And this is a 2-ounce bottle. Now, I know it's kind of hard to see, but I've put a decent dent in here. When you look at it compared to some other fragrances, like, let's see. This, what should I find? Tommy Hilfiger's Vibrant Summer. Actually, that's not a good comparison. I have a similar dent. Paris Corners Maj Moscow Mule. You'll notice a lot of the fragrances, because I do have a larger collection, it takes me a decent amount of time to get around to fragrances, where when you see a fragrance that I got pretty recently that already has a decent sized dent in it, this is one that I got around Christmas. Now, I still have been wearing Maj Moscow Mule a decent amount. This is a great fragrance, but, still have, I've roughly used the same amount of these fragrances, but we're talking the difference between getting YSL Myself 2 months ago and then getting Maj Moscow Mule Christmas time, so like 6 months ago. Scent of the day, Boss Infinite, Scent of the night. Nice, Omar. And how are you doing? No, you're getting Lagoon, easy guess. It's so good. I think Coconut Lagoon is great. I want to try Mango Hujosco. I don't know exactly how you say it. I want to try that. I've been on a quest to find a mango fragrance that does not smell buttery to me, and I think that this is great. I'm very impressed, so I would like to try the Mango Hujosco, or however you say it. Could y'all please drop a like and drop a sub if y'all have not already? I'm not going to be live for that much longer tonight. I think we may go up until, for me, 11:30, so about 12 more minutes. But I do have some stuff I have to do. Do YSL Myself. I have a dupe of it. It smells so good. Did you try the Parfum? I don't like the Le Parfum. But hold on. I think I hate landscaping. Glad I don't do it anymore. Way too hot down here to do it. Like, it's decently hot up here in Montana as well. I got heat exhaustion last week. I was kind of dumb. I was removing this big evergreen bush. And I was so focused on just like getting it removed, wanting to get it done, getting it taken down, leaving for the day, that for like just the latter half of me working, I didn't take any breaks. I didn't drink water or anything like that. And I know I probably kind of sound like a pussy, but I literally had heat exhaustion for the next like 3 days. Normally, throughout the day, it's kind of hard. It's pretty hard for me to sleep unless I did like, you know, like a huge running test in gym or something like that day. I'm normally not tired. Dude, from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I was so tired. And yeah, so I like landscaping just because it's a nice chance to work outside, be able to see your progress as you go. But I do agree. Landscaping can definitely be hard at some points, especially in the heat. Lachlan says, Gadimir Al Oud by Latafa, too strong for indoor, not office safe, unfortunately, so I don't wear it. Yeah, this is not, I mean, I don't know. I feel like if you were to do, because for me, when I go to school and I wear this fragrance, I go about 5 sprays. And for me, that's been good. Now, would this be a good office scent? I don't know. I think it depends. For me, Lachlan, that is like a decently strong fragrance in the sense as, I do 5 sprays and people can smell me. But that's never been a fragrance that I've like put on and I've had so many people being like, oh my God, that's really strong. Or, hey, I can smell you as soon as you walk past. So that's interesting because on me, that fragrance is something that I personally would wear to school. If it was cooler, I think that, around 5 sprays, that would be a good work sort of fragrance. So that is interesting that this is strong on you. But I mean, in general, by the fireplace and those DNAs, if it is an indoor occasion that you are going to be wearing it in, normally that would be a more seductive occasion, a date night, you're going on a date. Or, you're laying down with your girlfriend and you want to smell good, those more intimate moments, or like just those outside moments in the slight cooler weather and cooler weather. So, maybe like a cold spring day, you could pull it out. Nice cold fall day, you could pull it out. And then obviously winter. How are you Russian? No, I'm not. Love from India, love from America. Latafa is D. What does that mean? Have you tried afternoon swim? I have not tried afternoon swim. I've tried a clone of it, and I thought it was pretty good. What's my next pickups? I don't know. I feel like maybe Mango Hujosko, so the like orange one of this, may possibly be my next pickup. I could also save up. Like, I don't know. I kind of do want to buy another City Rhythm. Now, what do I want to buy? I really don't know. I may wait on just all City Rhythms until I do get that big sampler pack. Honestly, I really don't know though. It also just depends. Like, obviously, it would be a more warm weather fragrance, a good summer fragrance. I think if Martha's Vineyard by City Rhythm is available in a 1 ounce for around $90, that may be my next pickup because that one looks very good. But I don't really want to shell out $190 for the 3.4 ounce, even if it's a great fragrance. Right now, I don't want to shell out $190 for a 3.4 ounce of it. Definitely gonna be saving the money for your brand, a little bit for your fragrances in the channel. Absolutely. Wow, bunch of deleted messages. C2 can't with these lives. Never worry about another man's hairline. That's very sus. Guys, I'm balding. Oh my God, I'm balding, guys. Look. Oh my God, I'm balding. No. No, I have all my hair, guys. I'm balding. Wait, hold on. Guys, I'm balding. No. What fragrance should you wear to Hawaii? Coach Blue, Latafa Al Farsan, Bad Boy Cobalt. Go Bad Boy Cobalt. That'd be a great like vacation fragrance. You can see these weird comments. Sir, do you think that men should review women's scents and vice versa? Intended audience at the end of the day for the most part. Cooler taste. That's an amazing question. Yes, I definitely do feel like we should see more, opposite genders talking about fragrances. For example, something like Dior Sauvage Elixir, where this is a very popular fragrance amongst men. It's this nice, strong, powerful, manly, licorice root kind of fragrance. And in my opinion, this is a great fragrance. However, to some women, this comes across too harsh, too loud, too strong. And they would prefer something more like the original Sauvage, where men are vice versa. They wouldn't want the original Sauvage. They'd want more of a powerhouse like Sauvage Elixir. So, and vice versa with women's perfumes as well. There are some that women think are phenomenal, that in general men kind of think are overrated. So it always is important, at least to me. It's important to, if you can, be able to see the opinion from the opposite gender. Like for me, I'll try and do like content on perfume every once in a while, just so, if a girl's looking up a specific perfume, or if a guy's looking up maybe what they should get their girlfriend, right? Then they can get it from me, opposed to a girl being like, oh yeah, this smells great, but it's really only going to be like attractive to a girl. So yes, I definitely feel like opposite or the other genders should review the others' fragrances. Don't know if it's strong for me. Reddit told me not to wear it for office as too strong. Well, Lachlan, I feel like you should definitely test it. Because if you're just looking at Reddit saying it's too strong, I don't know. I personally just wouldn't trust that, just because that's like because a fragrance can be just strong on somebody, or someone can just think a fragrance is too strong on them. In the end, someone can just be like, yeah, don't wear it. It's way too strong. Overall, I mean, put it on yourself, wear it, see if it's too strong. If you have a girlfriend or, sibling, I don't know how old you are, Lachlan, or what your life is like, but, wear it, get somebody to tell you, hey, I did this many sprays. Is it strong? Can you smell me? Whatever. If you can get multiple opinions, do that as well. Maybe before, trying to wear it to work or something like that. But I would say, instead of just, going off of what Reddit is saying, look, like, try it for yourself. Trolls, I swear, they get worse. Exactly, dude. What's a clone of Afternoon Swim? It was either Afternoon Swim clone or it was a Pacific Chill clone. I want to say it was Afternoon Swim, but it could have totally been Pacific Chill. It is Sensual Obsessions Beach Bum, which it's one of the two. I don't know which one it is. They were wadded on Christine's live. That was disrespectful. What do you think about music or Musk Ravagar, Mykah? I've never heard of that, Omar. What's the go-to with all the Middle Eastern fragrances? Most are unisex, but at one point it's too feminine. So I think for me, how I know, and wait, hold on. Is this even what you're asking? At what point is it too feminine? For me, like, there are just, I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, because for me, I just smell a fragrance and I think, wow, this is feminine, or wow, this is a masculine scent. I think overall, a masculine scent, just imagine like what your typical masculine guy would look like. If I can't imagine that person, that guy, wearing that fragrance without it making him in some way, shape, or form less masculine, then I think that, it's a masculine fragrance. There are some that you just easily smell and you're like, wow, that's masculine. That's definitely a men's cologne. That's not, intended for women. Now, in the end, cologne and perfume is really kind of just propaganda made in the U.S. And some other places, but primarily just in the U.S. In a lot of places around the world, it is literally just fragrance. There's no distinguishment between men's and women's fragrances. It's just the same. But I don't know. I feel like for me, like, it just clicks in my head. So I don't really know how to, like, be like, oh, this is how I tell it's masculine or feminine. I don't know. Just like, if it smells girly, I guess, W Gaming Channel, thank you. Worrying about his hairline is crazy. Yeah. Worry about your own hairline. Worry about your pockets. Worry about your pockets, buddy. Thought it was bad. You taste like licorice. Thank you. I like that. People have too much time on their hands. Exactly. It's how the internet is. Whoa, how far am I? Try Kamarikawa is like yuck. Too strong in the coffee. Smell your hand. It's beautiful. Heard it projects good. Yeah, I love it. I think it's a great fragrance. Finally got 3 new fragrances Monday. Lattafa Atlas, Armoff, Club Nui, Intense Man, UAE edition, Armoff, or Fresh. All are good. Nice. Takes a lot to wash it off. Riding this guy. Top 5 frags I own. Diego, what's going on? Mykah said, worry about your pockets. As I stuttered through saying that too, dude. I was trying to like figure out what I wanted to say, because I was going to originally just say, worry about your pockets. But then I was like, wait, should I be saying this right now? And I was like, yeah, sure. Tell me a perfume that has prominent plum plus Tigar or Lamensite or Imagination, basically juicy plum freshy. So Axor, I have I have a couple fragrances that do revolve around plum. I don't think, however, though, now like I do have a fresh plum fragrance, and I have a different plum fragrance that I would still say is a fresh plum fragrance, but they're not your typical plum fragrances. I don't have anything with those DNAs in them, but here's what I will recommend you. Bad Boy Cobalt as like that juicy, sweet plum sort of fragrance. It's like this powdery blue body wash, this beautiful plum vibe. There is a truffle note. I don't get the truffle note, but it's just this beautiful plummy vibe. And this is what I would recommend you as just like a good warm weather, juicy, fresh fragrance and just like good year-round driver. And the next one, this is Lattafa's Vintage Radio. Now, this is not your typical plum fragrance. It's a clone of Initio's Paragon. Beautiful, fresh. Oh, this is so good. It's this like beautiful aromatic and fresh lemon with plum combo in the opening. Then you get these sort of incensey, frankincensey vibes, ambery, resinous vibes in here. Beautiful fragrance. This one definitely smells elegant. It doesn't smell cheap. It smells like it's a very high quality fragrance. This is just one of those dupes that really did impress me. Paragon is the bomb. And this is interesting too because Vintage Radio rates higher than Paragon on Fragrantica. So, and I mean, obviously the price does have something to do with it. But, you know, if a dupe is getting better ratings than the real thing, is probably good. So, yeah. Never that MFK sounds good. Think Aqua de Gio. Oh, Loam a la Rose. No problem, bro. You could. Thank you. See Hawass back there. Wanted to buy a Hawass Fire in Australia, but it's over 120. Yeah, see, but here's the thing, Lachlan. Hopefully, at least at some point, it'll start to get cheaper. Here in the States, it's like $35 USD. It's decently cheap at this point. Why is it so expensive over there? Isn't it like Australia gets fragrances a lot later than the rest of the world, or what? Because I know, like, FB fragrances, he like unless he gets them sent to him by a brand early, like he gets a fragrance like a month or two after it's already came out. Think Aqua de Gio is underrated? I don't think it can be underrated because it's such a hyped up line. But y'all, hey, please make sure to drop us up and like. I am going to get going here soon. Below $100. Summer for office goers and factory workers. Go. Versace Pour Homme. You get a big 6.7 ounce for like $50-$60. Good, powdery, fresh rose fragrance. Wear it year round. Get compliments. Man, Sarah, Oud Lemon Mint, my new signature. I've heard that one's good. Where often your friends consider it cheap. I think they're tripping. That's why I say it's underrated. Interesting. Oh, trigger friends bugging. Have I tried Eros Energy? Yes, I have. I think Eros Energy is good. If you want like a good citrusy fragrance. But y'all, please put in your guys' last comments because I do got to get going again. Y'all, please drop a sub, drop a like. I will be live probably tomorrow. Top 5 fragrances as of right now. City Rhythm Redline 2654. And this is not in any particular order, just top 5. Redline 2654, Coconut Lagoon, Bad Boy Cobalt, YSL Myself, and we will throw in tied for 5th, Game of Spades Full House, and John Paul Gaultier's Le Beau EDT. Getting out of these 3, Gentlemen, Eau de Parfum Reserve Privé, Prada L'Homme, or JPG Elixir. Probably JPG Elixir. How do you feel about Ocean from Bath & Body Works? Never tried it. Scent of the day. My scent of the day today. City Rhythms, Miami. Tropical Confessions. Great fragrance. You want to talk about a good, boozy, almondy, rosy kind of fragrance? That's super good. Mykah was supposed to get Imagination today, but you didn't, or what? Any perfumes that smell like Petiture? Have tried MM when the rain stops. Smells nothing like it. I have no clue. No clue what pet petrichor is. No clue. You're speeding through all these. You're trying to be out. I have to be up early in the morning. I have to be up in like 8 hours. Ocean sucks. The last like 30 minutes. When you get a chance, try Ocean. Cheap option, great smell. I feel like I've probably smelled it at some point because I know that that's like one of Bath and Body Works like claim to fame fragrances. Um, as if they're like necessarily known for fragrances. But if I go to my Bath and Body Works again, which I'm sure I will because my girlfriend always wants to go in there, and if I can see it, I will smell it. What are you wearing? Shopping on the weekend, sunny day, maybe catch a movie on the cinema. I mean, we're just gonna bring this one up again. Paris Corners Coconut Lagoon. Now, why I think this one would be good, simply because like it does have that kind of sunscreen vibe. So in some shape or form, it doesn't even smell like you really have a fragrance on it. You just smell like a clean guy wearing some sunscreen. You get this nice coconut vibe, this nice like watermelon lemony vibe. Both great fragrances. Gucci Guilty and Ocean are similar. Okay, if it's that DNA, then I would say I probably like it. Yeah, for Earth and Rain, Lalique, Lamos, Smell of Earth Before It Rains. I mean, I don't know. And I don't know if I'm tweaking, but for me, Prada Ocean, or not Prada Ocean, Prada Carbon. Prada Carbon almost kind of gives me like rainy, earthy vibes. It has soil notes, it has metallic notes. So to me, it almost smells like you're wearing Dior Sauvage out in the rain, right? You can smell like the wet ground and you can almost kind of smell that like sharp metallicness of the rain. But you know, you do have that kind of like base of Sauvage. So it's almost just like a built up Sauvage to me. Honestly, if you want to go cheap, use oils last way longer than a 4 out of 1,000 fragrance. If you're talking 4 to 1,000 fragrance, I don't know what you mean by that one. Dior Sauvage is awesome. Love to wear for meeting and interviews. I think Sauvage is great. Zara Chrome EDT banger, cheap for the summer. That is great. How sweet slash vanilla is Luna Rosa Black? So it, to me, it has this like really heavy vanilla vibe to it. Prada Black, you know, you're talking just like a powdery, sexy, ambery bomb. It's not insanely sweet. It definitely does have, you know, some sweet nuances to it, but we're not talking this is like a sickeningly sweet fragrance. It's not like Le Malt Elixir vibes. Now, it's sweeter than your typical fragrance because it is like a nice powdery lavender vanilla kind of fragrance. Sweetness on a scale of 1 to 10, probably a 5 out of 10. It's a good mix. It's not sweet and it does kind of have some bitter. It's not too sweet and it almost has these like dark bitter nuances in it. And then how like vanillic is it? I'd say it's pretty vanillic. So there's no vanilla listed in here, but the tonka bean definitely gives it you know, a very good sort of vanillic vibe to it. I'm at $400 to $1,000 fragrances. Find yourself using $10 to $50 oils. Then my really expensive fragrances. Here's my thing with the oils. One, I don't like the idea of like putting an oil on my skin. Now, I know that sounds weird because, you know, I'm doing that with this. For me, I kind of prefer it because, you know, if I have an Extrait de Parfum fragrance, like the one I'm wearing today, it's already going to kind of be rubbing off on stuff. And I understand, you know, a lot of people are like, no, you know, you rub the oil completely in and it doesn't rub off on anything. My thought process is if like a 40% fragrance oil, you know, concentration fragrance is already oily on my skin, a pure fragrance oil is going to be way too oily for me. Like, I don't even use lotion and stuff when I wear fragrances just because like it makes my skin too oily and just like transfers it onto other surfaces. Oils weird me out. Also, I just rather get the real fragrance. I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm not gonna put my faith into like some random like oil street vendor's hands, you know, selling me some Dior Sauvage snake oil. Like, that's just not really my thing. But I mean, also, I've never really had the chance to try. Like, I've tried some oils, but I haven't had the chance to try a bunch of oils. So do you lotion up before applying, or is that a wives' tale? I don't do it. I think it's dumb. I am going to get going. Y'all, please drop a sub, drop a like. When I know it says 53 viewers on my screen, but on the screen, I have to get going. I have to go to bed. I have to work in the morning. Anyways, y'all, I appreciate you all. I didn't mean if that sounded rude. That may have sounded rude. But I have to work in the morning, so I do have to get going. I want to say that's John. John, what's going on? Lachlan, thanks. Yes, no problem. But y'all, please drop a sub, drop a like. I'll be live tomorrow. If you guys like fragrances and fragrance content, please drop a sub. Favorite JPG, LeBeau for the warm weather, cool weather, Ultramall. Overall, probably LeBeau. Y'all have a good night. Peace, everyone.